homeless population is increasing in Anaheim, and a state of emergency has been declared as ASI is helping provide food for families in need.
The impact of Irma, update on DACA, and the dead have been brought back to life at Cal State Fullerton Visual Arts Center. Welcome to joining us at OC News. I'm Scarlett Lobo.
And I'm Brenda Villa. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
The city of Anaheim has declared a state of emergency in regards to the increasing homeless population. More than 50 people came to the meeting to express their concerns and opinions regarding the vote. The vote in question will declare a state of emergency related to the homeless encampment that is along the Santa Ana River. Some residents fear the proposal will criminalize the homeless, while other residents said the proposal needed to be passed to shrink and eventually stop the growth of the homeless populations in the area.
And when it came time to vote, the City Council voted unanimously to use resources such as emergency homeless shelters and outreach services to aid the effort. They also asked for a larger law enforcement pressure along the riverbed. In addition to these actions, the City of Anaheim will begin cleaning and repairing the damage that is along the river trail.
Cal State Fullerton has recently implemented a new program to help students who may be lacking access to food and housing. We have Cynthia Vargas Recio live with a story.
Cal State Chancellor's Office reported that 21 to 24% of students lacked access to food, while 8 to 12% of students lacked stable housing. In response to this, Cal State Fullerton's ASI Board of Directors and Director of Housing implemented a new Emergency for Students in Need program. This allows students to stay on campus for 3 weeks in 2 campus apartments with the meal plan included during their stay. If students feel that they need this program, they can contact Assistant Dean of Students Carmen Curiel for more information. I'm Cynthia Vargas Recio reporting live for OC News. Back to you in the studio.
A student in Washington is dead after shooting at a Freeman High School. The school shooting happened Wednesday morning, just south of Spokane, Washington. Police confirmed that 5 people were shot and 1 student has died. The suspect is a student at Freeman High School who entered the campus armed. The shooter is now in custody and is currently in the Spokane County Juvenile Jail. Students were released and reunited with their parents, and 2 hours after shooting. All patients are stable, surrounded by their families, and according to a trauma surgeon, only 1 will require surgery.
15 mariners were injured during their battalion training involving an ambitious vehicle this morning. The extent of the injuries is not known at the moment, but the Marine Corps officials said they were receiving medical treatment.
Hurricane Irma left a path of destruction, and the deadly storm is still causing problems. Millions are without power in the Hollywood, Florida. Investigators say 6 people died after staying in a sweltering nursing home. Florida's governor is still urging first responders to check health care facilities across the state to ensure people without power are safe. Millions still don't have power, and in many areas boil water advisories are in place. Crews are making sure critical infrastructure is still placed before residents can return, as 25% of houses have been destroyed and 65% have major damage. Irma made landfall as a Category 4 on Quito Key before eventually dropping to Category 1.
With the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, also known as DACA, still being a hot topic amongst Americans, the current administration is taking a stance on what they believe is the root of the problem. House Speaker Paul Ryan delivered a statement on how DACA is a symptom of a bigger problem.
We also had to deal with the problem in the first place, securing our borders, enforcing our laws, so that we don't have another DACA problem 10 years down the road.
Following this statement, Ryan Rescher that the administration will be engaging in conversation with all members of Congress to find a resolution in the proper amount of time. When we come back, a history announcement for LA after their battle with Paris.
Also, wash your hands and cover your coughs. There are many outbreaks in the air at Cal State Fullerton.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
The earthquakes you see in movies are one thing, but real life is a completely different animal. Just because you can't predict an earthquake doesn't mean that you can't prepare for one. In the event of a real earthquake, you should drop, cover, and hold on. Visit ready.gov/earthquake and practice what to do to keep you and your family safe in the event of a real earthquake. And you'll be seen as a hero by your family and your loved ones.
Visit ready.gov/earthquake today.
Deja vu! The Olympics are coming back to Los Angeles, and the game will once again take place at the historic Colosseum.
I have the great honor to announce that the International Olympic Committee has simultaneously elected the host city of the Games of the 33rd Olympiad 2024 and the host city of the Games of the 34th Olympiad 2028. Paris 24, Los Angeles 28.
Los Angeles will be hosting the 2028 Olympics after agreeing to wait an extra 4 years and left Paris host 2024. The city plans to take the LA Galaxy Star Hub Center for rugby and modern penetration events and using Santa Monica Beach for volleyball. Los Angeles also plans on converting the baseball ground at DeJoux Field into an open-air venue for swimming and diving.
2 earthquakes has struck this afternoon, one near Joshua Tree with a magnitude of 3.4 and the other within southern Mexico with a magnitude of 5, not too far from the 8.1 earthquake they had last week.
The weather is changing, and we have Taylor Martinez with the forecast.
We have yet another hurricane moving through the Atlantic right now. Hurricane Jose is currently, it started as, it's a 4th one this past week, and it started as a as a category 4, but is now at a category 1. It is moving with winds of 75 miles per hour, and if you look over here at this USA Today map, the winds are strengthening and it is expected to move toward the Bahamas and the East Coast. Now, if we look at our current temps right now, it is 80 degrees out there with a low of 64 degrees with winds at 10 miles per hour. If you're sitting in those shady, windy spots, you will get a bit chilly. The humidity out there is 53% right now, and the sun is expected to set at 7 p.m. tonight. Moving over to our 5-day forecast, we have temperatures at about 77 degrees tomorrow, staying to those low mid 70s for the rest of this week and this weekend, and then we'll start off the week at 80 degrees. Back to you guys.
The Visual Arts Center at Cal State Fullerton is giving us a chills this fall as they explore death in their newest exhibit on display at the Lev Bigavachi Gallery. Opening its doors this past weekend, the gallery will be featuring the photos of Canadian photographer Jack Berman and his take on the experience that death is. The exhibit will also include a never-before-seen an installation from Sylvan Gear that focuses on memories and includes a life-size rotating coffin built in like a nest. The exhibit invites students to explore death and the fluidity attached to memories and feelings. The exhibit is going to be displayed in the duration of the fall semester on campus and will be open daily from noon to 4.
Looks like it's payday for Rebel Wilson and a new trailer featuring Jennifer Lawrence. It's coming to theaters this weekend. Naomi has more on this story.
Pitch Perfect's Rebel Wilson was awarded $3.6 million by an Australian court after it found a popular magazine guilty of defamation. The Women's Day magazine had defamed Wilson, claiming she lied about her name, age, and childhood so she could make it in Hollywood. As a result, Wilson missed out on several acting opportunities. She took to Twitter to comment on the situation. She stated, "Today was the end of a long and hard court battle against Bauer Media, who viciously tried to take me down with a series of false articles." Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem star in the newest thriller from the mind of Darren Aronofsky's Mother. Mother is about a couple at their remote country home living peacefully when suddenly they are disrupted by a mysterious couple. Mother releases to the big screen this Friday, September 15th. For all you country fans out there, this morning Stagecoach just released their much-anticipated 2018 lineup. Headlining is Florida Georgia Line, Keith Urban, and the reigning CMA Entertainer of the Year, Garth Brooks. Stagecoach this year will be on April 27th, 28th, and 29th at the Empire Polo Club in Indio. Tickets for the festival go on sale Friday, September 22nd at 11 a.m. That'll do it for entertainment this week. I'm Naomi Sina. Back to you guys at the desk.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the successful weekend in women's soccer. Stay tuned.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
It looks like Cal State Fullerton has a case of chickenpox here on campus. Alaya has the story.
Yes, 2 students were diagnosed last week at Cal State Fullerton's Healthcare Center with the chickenpox. Since it's usually spread through direct contact with someone infected, the 2 students were advised to stay home until they are no longer contagious. This disease usually occurs in children, but can have some serious consequences if contracted after the age of 12. That is why all college students are strongly advised to get the vaccination if they have not already. Cal State Fullerton does not offer the vaccine, so it is also advised that they seek their own healthcare provider. Now, it is possible that even with the vaccination, you can contract a milder form of the disease, so extra precautions are also advised, like washing your hands or not sharing food or drink with other students. Campus officials have been working closely with the Orange County Department of Public Health to ensure that this disease is under control. There have been no other reported cases on campus since last week. Reporting live from Cal State Fullerton's Healthcare Center, I'm Aaliyah Becerra with OC News. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Aaliyah Becerra. It was an exciting previous weekend for the Titans when several wins were brought home to Cal State Fullerton. Kelsey Brink has all things on CSUF athletics and more this week for sports.
Thank you, Scarlett. Hello, I'm Kelsey Brink reporting on all things sports today for OC News. Cal State Fullerton Athletics had a jam-packed weekend starting on Thursday when the women's volleyball team traveled to Towson for the Towson tournament. This tournament ran from Thursday, September 7th to Saturday, September 9th. On Thursday, the team fell short 3-0 to the Towson Tigers. Madeline Schneider of Fullerton had 9 kills in the game and led the Titans in the first set. CSUF just couldn't keep up their momentum as they continued into the second and third sets. Moving on to Game 2 on Friday, Cal State Fullerton switched it up as they beat the Lafayette Leopards.
Friday's win would mark Cal State Fullerton's first win away from the Titan Gym this season so far. And let's not forget the fact that this was another sweep by the Titans. Madeline Schneider had another 14 kills in the game and a total of 29 attacks in Friday's game. Tyler Fezzi executed 10 kills, giving her a 0.421 attack percentage, while Titan Summer Cairns had the match best hitting percentage with 6 kills and amazing blocks as well. The team fell short in Game 3 on Saturday, September 9th, when they lost to Eastern Michigan 1-3, but they made up for the loss in Game 4 when they beat Quinnipiac 3-1. The Titans didn't take home the title in the Towson tournament, but they went 2-2, ending on a high note against Quinnipiac. The team will travel to the Indiana State tournament this upcoming weekend. The Cal State Fullerton women's soccer team had an exciting and eventful weekend when they brought home 2 wins in the Titan Stadium. On Friday, September 8th, the Titans took on Iowa State, and what a thrilling game it was. The Titan women held the lead for more than half of the game until Iowa State scored in the 90th minute to make things interesting, but it was too late for the Cyclones as the Titans won 2-1. On Sunday, CSUF kept their momentum up when they faced Utah Valley and stole the game 3-0. The women's soccer team will play Cal State Fullerton's alumni on Saturday in the Titan Stadium. Friday, September 8th, the CSUF men's soccer team continued to struggle as they lost to Utah Valley 2-0. The Titans traveled to San Diego Sunday, September 10th to take on the University of San Francisco Dons. Freshman Christian Pinzon broke the scoreless tie in the 57th minute. The Titans would go on to score 2 more goals, shutting out the USF Dons 3-0. The Cal State Fullerton men's soccer team will take on Vermont this Friday in the Titan Stadium. Now let's catch up on Major League Baseball with the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels are still fighting their way to the top for the American League wild card, but struggled this past week against the Seattle Mariners in 2 out of 3 games. The Angels now fall behind the Minnesota Twins 2 games for the American League wild card, and the New York Yankees still remain in first by 3 games. The Angels fell short in yesterday's game against the Houston Astros, losing by only 1 run. Justin Verlander, a new addition to the Astros, struck out 9, pitching 8 innings of 1 hit ball. The Angels will face the Astros tonight at 7:07 p.m. at home in Anaheim. Let's not forget about Cal State Fullerton Angels Night. This Friday, September 15th, the Los Angeles Angels will take on the Texas Rangers at 7:07 p.m. for this year's annual CSUF Night at Angel Stadium. Tickets can be purchased online or at the Information and Services Desk in the Titan Student Union at Cal State Fullerton. That's all I have today for you folks. Back to Brenda and Scarlett at the desk.
Thank you for joining us in another show of OC News.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts at OC News CSUF. We'll see you next time.